This video is an overview of the process for this illustration. We'll be going through rough sketch, outline, color, shadows, adjustments, blur, and finishing touches. Firstly, I brought my idea to life by posting a 3D model, which I simply drew clothes and hair on top. And I looked at these images as reference for the style of the illustration. Outline's pretty straightforward, but the hair was a little tricky since the head was tilted. So I had images on my left as reference for the flow of the hair. Colors I picked were quite desaturated. That's because I was going for a pastel-themed illustration. I actually started this illustration because I wanted to follow this tutorial. Link is in the description. But basically, I was following the way he colored his shadow, and as a result, I was trying to limit the shadows and keep the image bright. This is where I added highlights, clothing details, and secondary hair colors. I was coloring and adjusting the saturation as I went along. For style, I erased off random parts of the outline. And this was the outcome at this point. Here I added glow from the sunlight using the screen blending mode. Adjusted the saturation of the shadows, and added a colored overlay on top to give the whole image a pinkish undertone. To give the image some depth, I added Gaussian blur. I did this by exporting and importing the current image back on top of the file, and then added the blur filter. Then with a mask and using a soft brush, painted out the middle of the image, leaving only the edges blurred. The red areas show the places that are not blurred. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave a link to the Photoshop file so you can have a look at it yourself. I wanted the video to be quite concise, but let me know if it's too fast or too short, or what else would you like to see. That's it. Thanks for watching.